From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On second down, Kamara. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bears take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Lock it.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And room there to work it inside the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll go on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you're thinking, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball. But when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Adam Shaheen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Parkey with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. A beautiful fake. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Bridgewater now. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Parker. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call.
Ready? Go Delta.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now Trubisky on first down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. On the check down, he finds Canale. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a third down. They just do get the play off. Now Bridgewater. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Danny Trevathan able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they haven't earned much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the ball is knocked out. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. He's going to let one go deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First down, Bridgewater. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Third and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response.
Delta.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 37. And Lutz's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fielded about a yard deep. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. 101 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Second down, Bridgewater. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Trubisky will throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This is Cohen. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. They snap it at 1. Now it's Trubisky. Hard throw, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Delta.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, Bridgewater. Completes this one to Meredith. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Bridgewater on 1st down. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
As you watch that one unfold, didn't you think to yourself, just knock it down because of where he was?
Great catch, but losing yardage. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. He was looking for Parker that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. Room here to run. And all the way down to the 9. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky as time expires in the 1st half. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the 1st half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Hurry, hurry!
Now Cohen. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They run. This is Cohen. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, Trubisky caught out left side by Robinson. 7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Trubisky. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And a broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Let's go. Run the ball after it.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. The Bears on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing here, Trubisky. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Trey Burton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Spinning away. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over. That's caught inside the 20. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 55 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Bridgewater now on second down. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On third down, Bridgewater. This will be caught inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. The open man is Smith. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Saints get a bit closer. Now Bridgewater will lead the troops up to go for 2. And again, it's Bridgewater. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 22. And they'll go ground game here to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. On second down, here's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
The Bears on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Coleman has it here right side. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
First down, Bridgewater. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Leading. No.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Here's Bridgewater. Throw left side taken in by Meredith. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5.
Delta. Delta.
Bridgewater again. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it's Trubisky. Throw left side complete. It's Robinson. Touchdown, Chicago! Allen Robinson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Second down, Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make it third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
To throw, Bridgewater finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Bridgewater to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Completes this one to Meredith. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. From the gun, Bridgewater. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Check 31, check 31. Fight, check. Go Delta.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The Saints on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Delta.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To the air again with Bridgewater. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 13 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it, and a short return to the 6-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll start things on first with Troy Cohen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Cohen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And the Saints signal for another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Now it's Ginn. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Saints, they'll have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Now he's forced out left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Chicago, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.